Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Tonight, you are going to travel. Not far, not out of your warm, soft bed, but in your mind, in your imagination, you are going on a gentle journey, a calm journey, a peaceful trip to a new place. And as we travel together, slowly, you are going to learn something useful. You are going to learn the English words, the English phrases that travelers use all over the world. At the airport, on the airplane, at the hotel, in the streets of a new city, many people feel nervous about traveling in English. They worry. They think, what will I say? What if I don't understand? What if I make a mistake? And that worry is heavy. That worry is tiring. But tonight, we let that worry go. Because tonight, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to remember every word. You only have to listen, softly, as we travel together, slowly, through a calm and gentle journey. I will say each phrase slowly. Then I will say it again, and I will show you how to use it in a simple, quiet way. Little by little, these travel phrases will become a part of you. And one day, when you really travel, when you stand at the airport or the hotel or in a new city, these words will come to you softly, without any fear. So now, get comfortable. Rest your head on the pillow. Let your body become soft and heavy and warm. Let your shoulders drop. Take one slow breath in and let it go. Slowly. There is nothing to worry about tonight. There is nowhere you need to be. There is only this gentle journey and your quiet, peaceful rest. So close your eyes and let's begin our journey, softly, together. Our journey begins at home. It is the day before your trip, and tonight you are getting ready. You are packing your bag. Slowly and calmly, you are getting ready to travel. When we get ready for a trip, there are some simple things we say and think and ask. Let's listen to them, softly. First, you think about what you need. You say, I need to pack my bag. I need to pack my bag. I need to pack my clothes. I need to pack my clothes for the trip. You look for your important things. The most important thing for travel is your passport. You say, where is my passport? Where is my passport? I need to find my passport. Don't forget your passport. And your ticket. You say, I have my ticket. I have my ticket. My flight is tomorrow morning. My flight leaves at 9 o'clock. Now you pack your clothes. Slowly, you fold your clothes and you put them in your bag. You say, I'll pack some shirts. I'll pack some shirts and some pants. I need warm clothes. I need warm clothes. Because it might be cold. You think about the weather in the new place. You say, what's the weather like there? What's the weather like there? I hope it's warm. I should bring an umbrella, just in case. You pack your other things too. You say, I need my phone and my charger. I need my phone and my charger. Where are my glasses? I'll bring my toothbrush and my medicine. Now your bag is almost full. You look at your bag and you check. You say, do I have everything? Do I have everything? Let me check one more time. Passport, ticket, clothes, phone. Yes, I have everything. You close your bag, slowly. You feel calm. You feel ready. Tomorrow, you will travel. Tomorrow, your journey begins. And tonight, you rest. You have packed your bag. You have everything you need. There is nothing to worry about. You can sleep well, calm, and ready before your gentle journey. Let's listen once more, softly. I need to pack my bag. Where is my passport? I have my ticket. Do I have everything? Simple words, calm words. The first words of your journey. Now it is morning, the day of your trip. You wake up, calm and ready. You have your bag. You have your passport. You have your ticket. And now, it is time to go to the airport. You need to travel to the airport. Maybe you take a taxi. Let's listen to the words you use, softly. You call a taxi, or you find one on the street. When the taxi comes, you get in, and you tell the driver where you want to go. You say, "Good morning. Good morning. To the airport, please. To the airport, please." The driver says, "Good morning. Which airport?" And you say, "The international airport, please. The international airport, please." You want to arrive in good time, so you might ask, "How long does it take? How long does it take to get there? How long will it take to reach the airport?" The driver says, "It takes about 30 minutes. About 30 minutes, if the road is clear." You feel calm. You have plenty of time. You sit back in the taxi, and you look out of the window at the quiet morning streets. If you are in a hurry, you can say, "Could you go a little faster, please? Could you go a little faster, please?" But today, you are not in a hurry. You have plenty of time, so you relax and you enjoy the ride. You watch the city go by, the streets, the buildings, the morning light, and slowly, the taxi comes near to the airport. When you arrive, the driver stops the car, and now you need to pay. You say, "How much is it? How much is it? How much do I owe you?" The driver says, "That's $20, please." And you give him the money. You say, "Here you are. Here you are. Keep the change." "Thank you very much." The driver says, "Thank you. Have a good flight." And you say, "Thank you. Have a nice day." You get out of the taxi. You take your bag, and you stand for a moment in front of the airport. The big, busy airport. Your journey is beginning. You take a slow breath. You feel calm. You feel ready, and you walk slowly toward the airport doors. Let's listen once more, softly. To the airport, please. How long does it take? How much is it? Here you are. Thank you very much. The gentle words of the morning, the first steps of your journey. You walk into the airport slowly. The airport is big and busy, but you are calm. You look for your airline. You look for the check-in desk, and soon you find it. There is a desk with a person behind it, ready to help you. You walk to the desk, slowly, with your bag. And now, let's listen to the words you use at check-in. You begin with a greeting. You say, "Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Good morning." Always start with a smile and a kind word. Then you say what you want. You say, "I'd like to check in, please. I'd like to check in, please. I'd like to check in for my flight. I have a flight to London this morning." The person at the desk says, "Good morning. May I see your passport, please?" And you say, "Yes, of course. Here you are. Here you are. Here is my passport." Ma, you give them your passport, and maybe your ticket too. You say, "Here is my passport and my ticket. Here is my booking number. Here is my reservation." The person looks at your passport. They find your flight, and they might ask about your seat. They say, "Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat?" Now, a window seat is next to the window. An aisle seat is next to the walkway. So you choose. You say, a window seat, please. A window seat, please. Or you say, an aisle seat, please. An aisle seat, please. An aisle seat, please. So I can stand up easily. Then they ask about your bags. They say, how many bags are you checking in? And you say, just one, please. Just one bag. One bag to check in, and one small bag with me. You put your big bag on the scale to weigh it. Sometimes a bag is too heavy. If they say your bag is too heavy, you can ask, how much is the extra charge? Is my bag too heavy? Can I move some things to my other bag? But today, your bag is fine. The person puts a tag on your bag, and your bag goes away, on the belt, to the airplane. You say, thank you. Thank you, very much. Now the person gives you your boarding pass. The boarding pass is a small paper or a card that lets you get on the plane. They say, here is your boarding pass. And you take it. And you say, thank you. You want to know where to go and when. So you ask, what gate is it? What gate is my flight? Which gate do I go to? They say, it's gate 15. And you ask, what time is boarding? What time do I need to be at the gate? What? Ask. And they say, boarding is at 8:30. You feel calm. You know your seat. You know your gate. You know your time. Everything is ready. Before you go, you might ask one more thing. You say, where is the gate, please? Which way is gate 15? And they point, and they say, go straight and turn left. Follow the signs. You say, thank you so much. Have a nice day. And you walk away, slowly, with your boarding pass, toward the next part of your journey. Let's listen once more, softly. I'd like to check in, please. Here is my passport. A window seat, please. Just one bag. What gate is it? What time is boarding? Thank you so much. As. 12. 12. 12. Thank you so much. The calm, useful words of the check-in desk. Now you walk toward security. At every airport, there is a security check. This is where they check your bags and make sure everything is safe. Some people feel nervous here, but you are calm. You know what to do, and you know what to say. Let's listen to the words, softly and slowly. When you reach the security line, you wait. You wait for your turn, calmly. The line moves, slowly, and soon it is your turn. The security officer might say, boarding pass and passport, please. And you say, here you are. Here you are. You show them your boarding pass and your passport. Then you go to the security check. You need to put your things in a tray. A tray is a small box. For your things, the officer says, please put your bag on the belt. And you say, okay. Yes, of course. You take some things out. You put your bag in the tray. You might need to take out your laptop or your liquids. The officer says, please take out your laptop. And you say, sure, no problem. They might ask you to take off some things. They say, please take off your jacket. Please take off your belt. Please remove your shoes. And you say, okay, of course. You take off your jacket and you put it in the tray. You put everything in the tray, your bag, your jacket, your phone, your keys. And the tray goes through the machine, slowly, on the belt. Now you walk through the security gate. You walk through, slowly and calmly. If the machine makes a sound, don't worry. The officer might say, please step aside. Do you have anything in your pockets? And you say, "Oh, sorry, just my phone. Let me check." Yes, here it is. Sometimes they check you, softly, with their hands, or a small machine. This is normal. This is safe. You stay calm. You say, "No problem. Of course. Go ahead." Then you are finished. You collect your things from the tray. You put on your jacket. You put on your shoes. You pick up your bag, and you say, "Thank you. Thank you very much." The officer says, "You're all set. Have a good flight." And you say, "Thank you. Have a nice day." You feel calm. Security is finished. It was easy. You knew what to say. And now, you are inside the airport, ready to find your gate. Let's listen once more, softly. Here you are. Please take off your jacket. Of course, no problem. Just my phone. Thank you very much. The gentle words of the security check. Nothing to fear. Only simple, calm English. You walk on, slowly, into the airport, toward your gate, and your journey continues, softly and calmly. Now you are inside the airport, past security, and you need to find your gate. Your gate is gate 15, but the airport is big. There are many gates. There are many signs. There are many people. So you look, slowly and calmly, for the way to your gate. You look up at the signs. The signs show the gate numbers and arrows pointing the way. You read the signs, slowly. Gate 1 to 10, this way. Gate 11 to 20, that way. Your gate is gate 15, so you follow the sign, that way. If you are not sure, you can ask someone. You can ask an airport worker. You say, "Excuse me, where is gate 15? Excuse me, which way is gate 15? And they point, and they say, "It's this way. Go straight, and it's on your right." You say, "Thank you very much. Thank you so much." And you walk on, slowly, following the signs. As you walk, you pass many things. You pass shops, you pass cafés, you pass other travelers with their bags. Some are in a hurry, but you are calm. You have plenty of time. So you walk slowly, and you enjoy the walk. Maybe you are a little hungry or thirsty. You can stop at a cafe. You can say, "Could I have a coffee, please? Could I have a bottle of water, please? How much is it? Thank you. But today, you are not hungry. You want to find your gate first, so you walk on. Soon, you find your gate. Gate 15. There is a big sign with the gate number. There is a desk with an airline worker. And there are many seats where people wait. You have found your gate. You look at the sign to check your flight. You want to be sure, so you might ask the worker at the desk. You say, "Excuse me, is this the gate for the London flight? Is this gate 15 for flight 123? And they say, "Yes, that's right. Boarding will begin soon." You say, "Thank you." And you find a seat, and you sit down to wait. Now you wait. You wait for the plane to be ready. You wait to board. And while you wait, you are calm. You sit in your seat. You hold your bag. You look out of the big windows at the airplanes outside. And you rest. Waiting is a quiet time. You can close your eyes. For a moment, you can breathe slowly. You can feel calm and rested and ready. Then, after some time, you hear an announcement. A voice speaks over the speakers. The voice says, We are now boarding flight 123 to London. Please, have your boarding pass ready. This means it is time. It is time to get on the plane. Sometimes they board in groups. The voice says, "We are now boarding rows 20 to 30. So you listen for your row. You look at your boarding pass. And when they call your group, you stand up, slowly, and you get ready. You walk to the desk with your boarding pass. The worker says, 'Boarding pass, please.' And you say, 'Here you are.' They check your pass. They say, 'Thank you. Enjoy your flight.' And you say, 'Thank you.' And now you walk, slowly, down the long walkway, toward the airplane, toward your seat, toward the sky. Your journey is beginning, softly and calmly. Let's listen once more, softly. Excuse me, where is gate 15? Is this the gate for the London flight? Boarding pass, please. Here you are. Thank you. Enjoy your flight. The gentle words of the gate before you fly. Now you step onto the airplane. At the door, a flight attendant welcomes you. A flight attendant is a person who helps you on the plane. They smile and they say, "Good morning. Welcome aboard." And you say, "Good morning. Thank you." You show them your boarding pass, and you ask about your seat. You say, "Where is my seat, please? Could you help me find my seat? My seat is 15A. Which way is it?" And they say, "It's this way, on the left, near the window." And you say, "Thank you." You walk down the narrow path, slowly, between the seats. You look at the numbers and the letters. You find your row. You find your seat. Seat 15A. A window seat, just like you wanted. Now you need to put your bag away. The small bag goes in the space above your seat or under the seat in front of you. If you need help, you can ask. You say, "Could you help me with my bag, please? Could you help me put this up, please?" And a flight attendant, or a kind traveler, will help you. You say, "Thank you so much." You sit down, in your seat, by the window. You feel calm. You feel comfortable. You put on your seatbelt, and you look out of the window at the airport and the sky. Soon, the flight attendant speaks, or the captain speaks. They say, "Please fasten your seatbelt. Please turn off your phone or set it to airplane mode." And you do these things calmly. You fasten your seatbelt. You set your phone to airplane mode. You are ready. The airplane begins to move. Slowly, it moves along the ground, and then, faster, it moves down the runway, and then, softly, it lifts up into the sky. You are flying now. Up, into the soft clouds, into the wide blue sky. You look out of the window. You see the city, small below you. You see the clouds, soft and white, all around, and you feel calm. You feel peaceful. You are flying, high above the world. During the flight attendants help you. They bring food and drinks. When they come to you, they ask, "Would you like something to drink?" And you say, "Yes, please. Could I have some water? Could I have a cup of tea, please? Could I have a coffee, please?" They give you your drink. You say, "Thank you very much." Later, they bring food. They ask, "Would you like chicken or pasta?" And you say, "The chicken, please." "I'll have the pasta, please." "The chicken. Thank you." "I'll have." If you want something more, you can ask. You say, "Could I have some more water, please?" "Excuse me. Could I have a blanket?" "Excuse me. Could I have a pillow, please?" And they bring it to you, and you say, Thank you so much. And if you feel cold, you can ask for a blanket. If you feel tired, you can rest your seat back and close your eyes. You say to the person behind you, "Do you mind if I put my seat back?" And they say, "No, go ahead." And you rest, softly, in your seat, high in the sky. The flight is long and calm. You look out of the window. You rest. You listen to the soft sound of the airplane. And slowly, gently, the airplane carries you across the sky to your new place. Now the captain speaks again. He says, "We are beginning our descent. Please fasten your seatbelt. We will land soon. This means the flight is almost over. You are almost there." You fasten your seatbelt. You look out of the window, and you see the new place below you, coming closer and closer. The city, the land, the airport. Your journey through the sky is ending, and a new part of your journey is about to begin. Let's listen once more, softly. Where is my seat? Please. Could you help me with my bag? Could I have some water? Please. The chicken. Please. Could I have a blanket? The calm, gentle words of the sky. The airplane lands, softly, on the ground of the new place. It moves along the runway, slowly, and then it stops. You have arrived. You are in a new country, a new city, a new place, and your journey on the ground begins. The flight attendant speaks. She says, "Welcome to your destination. Please stay in your seat until the plane stops. And we hope you enjoyed your flight. And you feel happy. You feel calm. You have arrived safely." You wait for the plane to stop. Then, slowly, you stand up. You take your bag from above your seat. You say to the flight attendant as you leave, "Thank you very much." And she says, "You're welcome. Enjoy your stay." And you say, "Thank you." You walk off the airplane, slowly, and into the airport. This is a new airport, in a new place. You follow the signs, and the first sign you follow says, "Arrivals," and then "Immigration," or "Passport Control." Immigration is the place where they check your passport. When you arrive in a new country, there is a line, and you wait. You wait for your turn, calmly, and soon it is your turn. You walk to the officer. The immigration officer sits behind a desk. You give them your passport, and they ask you some questions. Let's listen to the questions and your answers, softly. The officer says, "Good morning. Passport, please." And you say, "Good morning. Here you are." "Here is my passport." The officer looks at your passport. Then they ask, "What is the purpose of your visit?" This means, "Why are you here?" And you answer, simply, "Guest." You say, "I'm here on holiday. I'm here on vacation. I'm here for tourism." Or, if you are here for work, you say, "I'm here for business. I'm here for a business trip." The officer asks, "How long will you stay?" And you say, "I'll stay for 1 week. I'll stay for 10 days. About 2 weeks. Just a few days. 10. The officer asks, "Where will you stay?" And you say, "I'll stay at a hotel. I'll stay at the Grand Hotel in the city. I'm staying with a friend. Here is the address of my hotel." Sometimes they ask more questions. They say, "Is this your first time here?" And you say, "Yes, it's my first time." "No, I came here last year. They say, are you traveling alone? And you say, yes, I'm traveling alone. No, I'm with my family. You answer, calmly and simply. You do not need to say very much, just a few simple words. And you smile, and you stay calm. The officer looks at your passport. They put a stamp in it. A stamp is a small mark that shows you may enter the country. Then they give your passport back. They say, everything is fine. Enjoy your stay. And you say, thank you very much. You take your passport. You feel calm. You feel happy. You have passed through immigration. You are now, truly, in the new country. And you walk on, slowly, toward the next part of your journey. Let's listen once more, softly. Here is my passport. I'm here on holiday. I'll stay for 1 week. I'll stay at a hotel. Thank you very much. The simple, calm words of arrival. Nothing to fear. Only a few soft, easy words. Now you need to get your bag. Remember your big bag? The one you gave at check-in, at the start of your journey? Now you need to find it again. It traveled with you, on the airplane. And now it is here, in this new airport, waiting for you. You follow the signs. The sign says, baggage claim. Baggage claim is the place where you collect your bags. You follow the sign, slowly, through the airport. At baggage claim, there are big belts that move, slowly, round and round. The bags come out, one by one, on the belt, and you look for your bag. You are not sure which belt is yours. So you look at the screen, or you ask someone. You say, excuse me, which belt is for the London flight? Excuse me, where do I collect my bags for flight 123? And they say, it's belt number 4, over there. And you say, thank you. You go to belt number 4, and you wait. You watch the bags come out, slowly, one by one. Round and round they go, on the belt. And you look for your bag. Your bag is blue, or maybe it is black, with a red tag. So you look, carefully, for your bag. And then, you see it. Your bag comes out, on the belt. You wait for it to come near, and then you take it, off the belt, slowly. You have your bag. Good. Now you have everything. Sometimes a bag is missing. If your bag does not come, don't worry. You can go to the airline desk, and you can say, excuse me, my bag hasn't arrived. I can't find my bag. My bag is missing. Can you help me? And they will help you. But today, your bag is here, so all is well. Now you walk toward the exit. But first, you must pass through customs. Customs is the place where they check what you are bringing into the country. There are usually 2 ways. One way is green, for nothing to declare. The other way is red, for something to declare. To declare means to tell them about special things you are carrying. If you have nothing special, you go through the green way. Most travelers go through the green way. So you walk, calmly, toward the green way. Sometimes, an officer stops you. They say, do you have anything to declare? And you say, no, nothing to declare. No, just my clothes and my personal things. They might ask, can I look in your bag? And you say, yes, of course, go ahead. You open your bag, calmly. You have nothing to hide. And soon they say, that's fine. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. And you say, thank you. You walk on, through customs, toward the exit. And now, you are truly here. You have your passport, you have your bag, you have passed immigration and customs. You are in the new city, and your adventure is about to begin. You walk through the big doors, out of the airport, and you take a slow breath. The air is new, the place is new, everything is new, and you feel calm and happy and ready. Let's listen once more, softly. Which belt is for the London flight? My bag hasn't arrived. Can you help me? Nothing to declare. Yes, of course. Go ahead. Thank you. The gentle words of arrival as you step into your new place. You are outside the airport now, in the new city. You need to get to your hotel, but how? Maybe by taxi, maybe by bus, maybe by train. Let's listen to the words you use to find your way. First, you look for information. You can ask an airport worker, or you can find a help desk. You say, "Excuse me, how can I get to the city center? Excuse me, how do I get to my hotel? What's the best way to get to the Grand Hotel?" The worker says, "You can take a taxi or the train," and you ask, "Which is faster? Which is cheaper? How much does a taxi cost?" Tax. A. Tax. And they say, "A taxi is about $30. The train is cheaper, about $5. You think about it, calmly. You are not in a hurry. Maybe you want the train because it is cheaper. So you ask, "Where is the train station? How do I get to the train?" And they say, "Go down the stairs and follow the signs for the train." And you say, "Thank you very much." Or maybe you are tired after your long flight. Maybe you just want to rest, so you choose a taxi. A taxi will take you straight to your hotel. You say, "Where can I find a taxi? Where is the taxi stand?" And they say, "Just outside, on the left." And you say, "Thank you so much." You walk outside, and you find the taxis waiting in a line. You go to the first taxi. You feel calm. You know what to say, and you are ready to go to your hotel and to rest. Let's listen once more, softly. How can I get to the city center? How much does a taxi cost? Where is the taxi stand? Thank you very much. The gentle words of finding your way. You get into the taxi, slowly. The driver smiles. He says, "Hello, where would you like to go?" And you say, "Hello, to the Grand Hotel, please. To the Grand Hotel, in the city center, please." If the driver does not know the hotel, you can help. You say, "It's on Main Street. Here is the address. It's near the big park." And you show him the address, on your phone or on a paper. And he says, "Ah, yes, I know it. No problem." The taxi begins to drive, and you look out of the window. At the new city, you see the buildings, you see the streets, you see the people. Everything is new and interesting, and you feel calm and happy. Maybe you want to talk to the driver. You can make small talk. You say, "It's a beautiful city. This is my first time here." And the driver says, "Welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay." And you say, "Thank you. It looks lovely." You can ask the driver questions about the city. You say, "What's a good place to visit? What's the best food here? Is there a nice place to see near the hotel?" And the driver, who knows the city well, gives you good advice. And you say, "Thank you. That's very helpful." You might ask about the time. You say, "How long does it take to the hotel?" And he says, "About 20 minutes. and you sit back, and you relax, and you enjoy the ride through the new city. Soon, the taxi arrives at your hotel. The driver stops the car. He says, "Here we are, the Grand Hotel." And you say, "Thank you." Now, you pay. You say, "How much is it?" And he says, "That's $25. You give him the money. You say, "Here you are. Thank you very much." And he says, "Thank you. Enjoy your stay." And you say, "Thank you. Goodbye." You get out of the taxi, slowly. You take your bag, and you stand for a moment in front of your hotel, your home, for the next few days. You take a slow breath, and you walk slowly toward the door. Let's listen once more, softly. To the Grand Hotel, please. Here is the address. How long does it take? How much is it? Here you are. Thank you very much. The calm, gentle words of the taxi ride. You walk into the hotel, slowly. The hotel is warm and quiet and welcoming. There is a big desk at the front. This is the reception desk, and behind the desk, there is a person ready to help you. This person works at the front desk, and they will check you in. You walk to the desk, slowly, with your bag, and you begin with a greeting. You say, "Good evening. Good evening. Hello, good evening." And the person says, "Good evening. Welcome to the Grand Hotel. How can I help you?" You say why you are here. You say, "I have a reservation. I have a reservation. I have a booking under my name. I booked a room for 3 nights." The person says, "May I have your name, please?" And you say, "Yes, of course. My name is..." And you tell them your name, and they look for your reservation on the computer. They find your booking. They say, "Yes, I have your reservation, a room for 3 nights." And you say, "That's right. Thank you." They might ask for your passport and a card. They say, "May I see your passport, please?" 2. And you say, "Here you are." They say, "And a credit card, please, for the deposit." And you say, "Of course. Here it is." They say, "Key." Now you can ask about the room and the hotel. You say, "What time is breakfast?" And they say, "Breakfast is from 7 to 10 in the morning." And you say, "Thank you. 10. You ask, "Is there Wi-Fi? Is the internet free?" And they say, "Yes, the Wi-Fi is free. Here is the password." And you say, "Thank you very much." You ask, "What time is checkout?" And they say, "Checkout is at 11 o'clock. And you say, "Okay, thank you." Now they give you your key, a key or a small card for your room. They say, "Here is your key. Your room is number 305 on the 3rd floor." And you say, "Thank you. Where is the elevator?" And they say, "The elevator is just over there, on the right." And you say, "Thank you so much." Before you go, you might ask one more thing. You say, "Could someone help me with my bag?" And they say, "Of course. The porter will help you." Or you say, "That's all right. I can carry it. Thank you." You take your key. You feel calm. You feel happy. You have checked in. You have your room. And now, you can go up and rest. You say, "Thank you very much. Have a good evening." And they say, "You're welcome. Enjoy your stay." And you walk slowly toward the elevator, toward your room, toward your rest. Let's listen once more, softly. I have a reservation. What time is breakfast? Is there Wi-Fi? Here is your key. Thank you very much. The warm, gentle words of the hotel. You are welcome here. You can rest here. You take the elevator up to the 3rd floor. You step out, slowly, and you look for your room. Room 305. You walk down the quiet hallway, looking at the numbers on the doors. 301, 303, and then 305. Your room. You open the door with your key, and you step inside, and there it is. Your room. Your quiet, warm, comfortable room. For the next few days, you look around, slowly. There is a big, soft bed. There is a window with a nice view. There is a small table and a chair. There is a bathroom, clean and bright. And everything is calm and quiet and comfortable. You put your bag down, slowly. You take off your shoes, and you sit down on the soft bed. Ah, it feels good to rest. After a long day of travel, it feels so good to sit and rest in a quiet room. You look out of the window. You see the city below you, the lights, the streets, the buildings. It is a new place, and it is beautiful. And you are here, safe and calm and comfortable. You explore your room, slowly. You find the light switches. You find the air conditioning to make the room warm or cool. You say to yourself, how do I turn on the air conditioning? It's a little warm. Let me turn on the cool air. It's a little cold. Let me make it warmer. You find the television. You find the small kettle to make tea or coffee. You say, I'll make a cup of tea. Some warm tea would be nice. And you make yourself a warm drink, and you sit and you rest. You go into the bathroom. There are soft, clean towels. There is soap and shampoo. There is everything you need. You think, I'll take a warm shower later. A warm shower will feel so good. It will help me relax. After the long journey, you unpack your bag, slowly. You take out your clothes. You hang them up. You put your things in the room. And slowly, the room becomes your home for these few days. Then, you sit down again, on the soft bed, and you rest. You are tired, in a good way. It has been a long day, a big journey. And now, you are here, in your quiet room, safe and calm and comfortable. You take a slow breath. You feel grateful. You made the journey. You spoke the words. You found your way. And now, you can rest. Let's listen once more, softly. How do I turn on the air conditioning? I'll make a cup of tea. A warm shower will feel so good. The quiet, gentle words of your room at the end of a long day of travel. Sometimes in your room, you need something. Maybe you need more towels. Maybe you need help with something. Maybe you have a question. And when you need help, you can call the front desk. You can call reception from the phone in your room. Let's listen to the words you use, softly. You pick up the phone and you call reception. Someone answers. They say, "Good evening, front desk. How can I help you?" And you say, "Hello, this is room 305. Hello, I'm calling from room 305. Then you say what you need. Maybe you need more towels. You say, "Could I have some more towels, please? Could you bring some extra towels to my room?" And they say, "Of course, I'll send them up right away." And you say, "Thank you very much." Maybe you are hungry. Many hotels have room service. Room service brings food to your room. You say, I'd like to order some food, please. Could I order room service? Could I have a sandwich and some tea, please? And they say, of course. It will be there in 20 minutes. And you say, thank you. Maybe you have a question about the hotel. You say, what time does the restaurant open? Is there a swimming pool? Where is the gym? Can you call a taxi for me in the morning? And they answer your questions kindly. And you say, thank you. That's very helpful. Maybe you want a wake-up call. A wake-up call is when the hotel calls you to wake you up in the morning. You say, could I have a wake-up call, please? Could you wake me up at 7 o'clock? And they say, of course, we'll call you at 7. And you say, thank you very much. When you are finished, you say, thank you for your help. That's all. Thank you. And they say, you're welcome. Have a good evening. And you say, you too. Goodbye. You put down the phone. You feel calm. It was easy. You knew what to say. And soon, the towels arrive, or the food arrives, right to your door. Let's listen once more, softly. This is room 305. Could I have some more towels, please? I'd like to order room service. Could I have a wake-up call? The simple, gentle words of the hotel phone. Sometimes, when we travel, there is a small problem. Do not worry. Problems are normal. And with a few simple, calm words, you can solve any small problem. Let's listen. Softly. Maybe something in your room does not work. Maybe the light does not work. You call the front desk. You say, excuse me, the light in my room isn't working. The lamp doesn't work. Could you send someone to fix it? And they say, I'm so sorry. I'll send someone right away. And you say, thank you. Maybe the air conditioning is not working. You say, the air conditioning isn't working. The room is too warm. Could someone come and look at it? And they say, of course, I'll send someone up. And you say, thank you very much. Maybe there is no hot water. You say, there's no hot water in my room. The shower is only cold. Could you help me, please? And they say, I'm very sorry. We'll fix it right away. And you say, thank you. Maybe the room is too noisy. You say, my room is a little noisy. Could I change to a quieter room? Is there a room away from the street? And they say, let me see what I can do. And you say, thank you. I appreciate it. When you have a problem, always stay calm. Always be polite. Say, excuse me, and please, and thank you. Kind words solve problems faster than angry words. And the hotel wants to help you. They want you to be happy and comfortable. After they help you, you say, thank you so much for your help. That's much better now. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And everything is good again. You see, a small problem is not a big problem. With a few calm, simple words, you can solve it. And then you can relax and rest and enjoy your stay. Let's listen once more, softly. The light isn't working. There's no hot water. Could I change to a quieter room? Thank you so much for your help. The calm, gentle words for a small problem. Nothing to worry about. Only simple, kind English. The next morning, you wake up in your hotel, rested and calm. You want to explore the city. You want to see the beautiful places, but you do not know the way, so you will need to ask for directions. And asking for directions is easy. When you know the words, let's listen. Softly. When you want to ask someone, you always begin with, excuse me, excuse me. a small, polite word that opens the way. Excuse me, can I ask you something? Then you ask your question. You say, how do I get to the museum? How do I get to the city center? How do I get to the train station? Could you tell me the way to the park? Or you can ask where something is. You say, where is the nearest bank? Where is the museum? Where can I find a pharmacy? Is there a supermarket near here? You can ask if a place is far. You say, is it far from here? Is it far? Can I walk there? How long does it take to walk? And the person might say, no, it's not far. It's just a 5-minute walk. Or, it's quite far. You should take the bus. The kind person gives you directions, and now you must understand the directions. So let's listen, softly, to the words they use so you can understand. They might say, go straight ahead. This means walk forward on the same road. They might say, turn left at the corner. Left is this way. And they might say, turn right at the traffic lights. Right is the other way. They might tell you about places along the way. They say, it's next to the bank. It's across from the park. It's near the big church. It's on the corner. It's just around the corner. When you understand, you say, thank you very much. Thank you so much for your help. That's very kind of you. And if you do not understand, you can ask again. You say, sorry. Could you say that again? Could you repeat that, please? Sorry, I didn't understand. And they will tell you again, slowly. Do not be afraid to ask again. People are kind. They want to help you. And with a few simple words, you will always find your way. Let's listen once more, softly. Excuse me, how do I get to the museum? Is it far from here? Go straight. Turn left. Thank you very much. The gentle words of finding your way in a new city. Now you follow the directions, slowly, through the city. You walk down the street. You remember the words. Go straight. So you walk straight, forward, down the road. You pass shops and cafés and people. And you enjoy the walk in the fresh morning air. You come to a corner. You remember. Turn left at the corner. So you turn left, and you walk on, down the new street. As you walk, you look for the places they told you about. It's near the big church, so you look for the church. And there it is, a big, beautiful church, tall against the sky. You are close now. You are going the right way. Sometimes you are not sure, so you ask again. You stop a kind person and you say, excuse me, am I going the right way to the museum? Excuse me, is the museum this way? And they say, yes, you're almost there. It's just ahead, on your right. And you say, thank you so much. You walk a little more, and then you see it. The museum, big and beautiful, just where they said it would be. You found it, all by yourself. With a few simple words and a little courage, you found your way. You feel happy. You feel proud. You asked for directions in English, and you understood, and you found the place. This is what travel is. Small steps, simple words, and the whole world opening up before you. You stand in front of the museum in the morning sun, and you feel calm and happy and free. Let's listen once more, softly. Am I going the right way? Is the museum this way? You're almost there. Thank you so much. The gentle words of a traveler finding their way, step by step. Sometimes a place is far, and you cannot walk, so you take a bus or a train. Let's listen to the words you need, softly. First, you find the bus stop or the train station. You ask, "Excuse me, where is the nearest bus stop? Where is the train station? Which bus goes to the city center?" And they tell you the way. Now, you need a ticket. You go to the ticket window or the machine. You say, "One ticket to the city center, please." "How much is a ticket?" "A ticket to the museum, please." And they say, "That's $2. And you say, "Here you are. Thank you." You want to be sure you take the right bus or train. So you ask, "Does this bus go to the city center? Is this the right train for the airport? Which platform is it?" And they say, "Yes, this is the right one." Or, "No, you need the number 10 bus." And you say, "Thank you." You get on the bus or the train, you find a seat, and you sit down, and you are not sure when to get off, so you can ask the driver or another person. You say, "Could you tell me when to get off? Which stop is the museum? How many stops is it?" And they say, "I'll tell you when we're there." And you say, "Thank you very much." You sit, and you look out of the window at the city, and when your stop comes, you get off, slowly and calmly. You say, "Thank you, have a nice day." And you step out into the city at the place you wanted to go. You see, taking a bus or a train is easy. With a few simple words, you can go anywhere. The whole city is open to you. Let's listen once more, softly. "One ticket to the city center, please." "Does this bus go to the museum? Could you tell me when to get off? Thank you very much." The calm, gentle words of the traveler moving through the city. You feel a little hungry now and thirsty, so you stop at a small cafe. A cafe is a lovely place to rest when you travel. You can sit down, you can have a warm drink, you can watch the city go by. Let's listen to the words you use, softly. You walk into the cafe. A worker says, "Hello, what can I get for you?" And you say, "Hello, could I have a coffee, please? Could I have a cup of tea, please? A cappuccino, please." They ask, "Anything to eat?" And you say, "Yes. Could I have a sandwich, please? Do you have any cake?" 2. "I'll have a piece of cake, please." Or you say, "No, thank you. Just a coffee." They ask, "For here or to take away?" This means, do you want to sit here or take your drink with you? And you say, "For here, please. To take away, please. I'll have it here. Thank you." You ask how much it is. You say, "How much is that?" And they say, "That's $4. And you say, "Here you are." And you pay. And they say, "Thank you. I'll bring it right over." And you say, "Thank you." You sit down at a table by the window, and soon your coffee comes, warm and good. You hold the warm cup in your hands. You take a slow sip, and you rest, and you watch the city, and you feel calm. The cafe is a quiet, warm place, and you sit there, resting, in the middle of your day of travel. It feels good to sit. It feels good to rest. It feels good to drink something warm, in a new city, in a quiet cafe. Let's listen once more, softly. "Could I have a coffee, please? Do you have any cake? For here, please. How much is that?" The warm, gentle words of the cafe. In the evening, you feel hungry and you want a good meal, so you go to a restaurant. Eating at a restaurant in a new place is one of the best parts of travel. You can taste new food. You can enjoy a good meal. Let's listen to the words you need, softly. You walk into the restaurant. A waiter greets you. They say, "Good evening. A table. For how many?" And you say, "Good evening. A table for one, please. A table for two, please. Just me. Thank you." At it, they show you to a table. You sit down, and you say, "Thank you." The waiter says, "Here is the menu. I'll be right back." And you say, "Thank you." You look at the menu, slowly. Maybe there are new words, new dishes that you do not know. So you can ask the waiter. When they come back, you say, "What do you recommend? What's good here? What's the most popular dish?" And they tell you, and it helps you choose. You can ask about the food. You say, "What's in this dish? Is this spicy? Does this have meat?" Meat? Tick. "I'm a vegetarian. What do you have?" And they answer your questions kindly. Now you are ready to order. You say, "I'll have the chicken, please. I'd like the soup to start. Could I have the fish, please? I'll have this one." And you point to the menu. They ask about drinks. They say, "Something to drink?" And you say, "Just water, please. Could I have a glass of juice?" People. Could I have a glass of juice? A cup of tea, please. The waiter says, "Great choice. It won't be long." And you say, "Thank you." And you sit, and you wait, and you enjoy the warm, happy feeling of the restaurant. Let's listen once more, softly. "A table, for one, please. What do you recommend?" "I'll have the chicken, please. Just water, please." The gentle words of the restaurant. Soon, your food arrives, warm and fresh and good. The waiter brings your food to the table. They say, "Here you are. Enjoy your meal." And you say, "Thank you. It looks wonderful." You begin to eat, slowly. The food is good. The food is delicious, and you enjoy every bite. During the meal, you might need something, and you can ask the waiter, softly. If you need more water, you say, "Excuse me, could I have some more water, please?" If you need something else, you say, "Excuse me, could I have some bread, please? Could I have some salt, please? Could I have a napkin, please?" To get the waiter's attention, you can raise your hand a little and say, "Excuse me." And when they come, you ask, politely, for what you need, and they bring it. And you say, "Thank you very much." If everything is good and the waiter asks, "How is everything?" you say, "It's delicious, thank you. Everything is lovely. The food is wonderful." And they are happy. If something is not right, you can say so, kindly. You say, "Excuse me, this is a little cold. I'm sorry, but this isn't what I ordered." And they will fix it, kindly. You do not need to be angry, just calm and polite. You eat slowly. You enjoy your meal. And when you are finished, you feel full and happy and content. It was a good meal, in a new place, in a warm restaurant. Let's listen once more, softly. "It looks wonderful. Could I have some more water, please? It's delicious, thank you. Everything is lovely." The warm, gentle words of a good meal. When your meal is finished, it is time to pay. You call the waiter, softly. You raise your hand a little, and you say, "Excuse me." And when they come, you say, "Could we have the bill, please? Could I have the check, please? I'd like to pay now, please." The waiter brings the bill. The bill is the paper that shows how much your meal costs. You look at it calmly, and then you pay. You might want to pay with a card. You say, "Can I pay by card? Do you take credit cards?" At 1, and they say, "Yes, of course." And you give them your card. Or you might pay with cash. You say, "I'll pay in cash." Here you are. And you give them the money. In many countries, it is kind to leave a tip. A tip is a little extra money for good service. If the service was good, you can leave a tip. You say, "Keep the change. This is for you." Or you just leave a little money on the table. The waiter says, "Thank you very much. Have a good evening." And you say, "Thank you. The meal was lovely. Goodbye." And you stand up slowly and you leave the restaurant, full and happy and content. You step out into the evening. The city is beautiful at night. The lights are soft and warm, and you walk slowly, feeling calm and happy after your good meal. Let's listen once more, softly. Could we have the bill, please? Can I pay by card? Keep the change. The meal was lovely. The gentle words at the end of a good meal. The next day, you want to buy some gifts, some souvenirs. A souvenir is a small gift that you buy on a trip to remember the place or to give to a friend. You go to a small shop full of pretty things, and let's listen to the words you use, softly. You walk into the shop. The shopkeeper says, "Hello? Can I help you?" And you say, "Hello, I'm just looking. Thank you." This means you want to look quietly for now. Or you say, "Hello, I'm looking for a gift for a friend." You look at the things in the shop. There are many pretty things. There are postcards and small gifts and pretty boxes. And when you see something you like, you can ask about it. You say, "How much is this? How much does this cost? How much is this one?" Cost. The shopkeeper says, "That's $10. And you think about it. Maybe it is a good price. You say, "I'll take it. I'll take this one, please." Or maybe it is a little much. You can ask, "Do you have a cheaper one? Is there a discount?" In some places, you can even ask, "Can you lower the price a little?" You choose your gifts. You choose a pretty box for your friend and a postcard for yourself to remember this place. You say, "I'll take these, please." And the shopkeeper says, "Of course, that's $15. You pay. You say, "Here you are." And you ask, "Could you wrap it, please? Could I have a bag, please?" And they wrap your gifts kindly and put them in a bag. And you say, "Thank you very much." The shopkeeper says, "Thank you. Enjoy your day." And you say, "Thank you. Goodbye." And you leave the shop with your pretty gifts, feeling happy. Let's listen once more, softly. I'm just looking. Thank you. How much is this? I'll take it. Could I have a bag, please? The gentle words of shopping in a new place. Sometimes, when you travel, you need to change your money. Different countries use different money, so you might need to change your money into the money of the new place. You go to a bank or a money exchange, and let's listen to the words softly. You go to the desk. You say, "Hello, I'd like to change some money, please. Could I change some dollars, please?" And they say, "Of course." How much would you like to change? Ah, you say, I'd like to change $100, please. And you ask, what's the exchange rate? The exchange rate is how much your money is worth in the new money, and they tell you. You give them your money, and they give you the new money back. You count it, slowly, to be sure, and you say, thank you very much. You might ask, is there a fee? How much is the fee? A fee is a small charge for the service, and they tell you, and you say, okay, thank you. Now you have the right money for the new place. You can buy things. You can pay for taxis and food and gifts. You feel calm and ready. You can also use a machine to get money. This is called an ATM or a cash machine. If you cannot find one, you can ask, excuse me, where is the nearest ATM? Is there a cash machine near here? And they tell you the way, and you say, thank you. Mask. Let's listen once more, softly. I'd like to change some money, please. What's the exchange rate? Is there a fee? Where is the nearest ATM? The simple, calm words of money when you travel. Sometimes, when we travel, we do not feel well. Maybe we have a small headache. Maybe we are a little tired or sick. And when that happens, we can go to a pharmacy. A pharmacy is a shop that sells medicine, and the people there can help you. Let's listen to the words, softly. You walk into the pharmacy. The pharmacist says, hello, how can I help you? And you tell them how you feel. You say, I have a headache. I have a headache. Do you have anything for it? I don't feel well. I have a cold. I have a sore throat. You ask for medicine. You say, do you have something for a headache? Do you have any medicine for a cold? What do you recommend? 6. And the pharmacist helps you. They say, yes, this will help. Take one twice a day. And you say, thank you. You might ask how to take the medicine. You say, how many should I take? How often should I take it? Should I take it with food? And they tell you, kindly. And you say, thank you. That's very helpful. End quote. You pay for the medicine. You say, how much is it? Here you are. Thank you very much. And you take your medicine, and soon you feel better. It is good to know these words, because when you do not feel well in a new place, it is a comfort to be able to ask for help. And with these simple words, you can always find the help you need. Let's listen once more, softly. I have a headache. Do you have something for a cold? How many should I take? Thank you. That's very helpful. The gentle, caring words of the pharmacy. Today, you want to visit a famous place. Maybe a museum, maybe an old castle, maybe a beautiful garden. Let's listen to the words you use, softly. You arrive at the famous place. There is a ticket desk at the entrance. You go to the desk, and you say, hello, 1 ticket, please. How much is a ticket? And they say, that's $12. And you say, here you are. Thank you. You might ask some questions. You say, what time does it close? How long does the tour take? Is there a map? Can I take photos? And they answer your questions kindly. If there is a guided tour, you might ask, what time is the next tour? Is the tour in English? And they say, the next tour is at 2 o'clock, in English. And you say, wonderful. Thank you. You go inside, and you see the famous place. It is beautiful It is amazing. And you walk slowly, and you look at everything, and you feel happy and calm and full of wonder. If you want to know more, you can ask a guide. You say, "Excuse me, what is this? Can you tell me about this? How old is this building?" And the guide tells you the story, and you listen, and you learn, and you enjoy. You spend the afternoon in this beautiful place. You see wonderful things. You learn about the history and the culture of this new place, and it is one of the best parts of your journey. Let's listen once more, softly. One ticket, please. What time does it close? Can I take photos? Is the tour in English? The happy, gentle words of a traveler, seeing the world. When you travel, you want to remember the beautiful things you see, so you take photos. You take photos of the beautiful places, the buildings, the gardens, the streets, the sky, and sometimes you want a photo of yourself in the beautiful place, so you ask someone to help you. Let's listen, softly. You see a kind person nearby. You say, excuse me, could you take a photo of me, please? Would you mind taking a photo of us?" And they smile and they say, "Of course, no problem." And you say, "Thank you so much." You show them your phone or your camera. You say, "You just press here. Thank you. Just this button." And they take your photo. And they say, "Here you are. It's a lovely photo." And you say, "Thank you very much. That's perfect." And maybe someone asks you to take a photo of them. They say, "Excuse me, could you take a photo of us?" And you say, "Of course, no problem." And you take their photo, kindly, and they say, "Thank you." And you say, "You're welcome. Have a lovely day." Taking photos is a happy part of travel, and these little moments when we help each other and smile at strangers are some of the sweetest parts of a journey. Let's listen once more, softly. "Could you take a photo of me, please?" "Of course, no problem. That's perfect. Thank you. Have a lovely day." The kind, gentle words shared between travelers. One of the best parts of travel is meeting new people. When you travel, you meet people from all over the world. At the hotel, at a cafe, on a tour, and with a few simple words, you can make new friends. Let's listen, softly. You meet someone. Maybe they are also a traveler. You smile and you say, "Hello, hi, how are you? Are you traveling too?" And they smile back and they say, "Yes, I'm on holiday." And you? And you say, "Me too. It's a beautiful place, isn't it?" You introduce yourself. You say, "My name is, I'm from, where are you from?" And they tell you about themselves. And you talk softly about your travels. You can ask them about their trip. You say, "How long are you staying? Where have you been? What have you seen so far? What do you recommend?" And they tell you, and maybe they give you good advice about places to see. You can talk about the place. You say, "I love this city. The food here is wonderful. Have you been to the museum?" And you share your stories and your happy feelings about the journey. If you enjoy the conversation, you might say, "It was so nice to meet you. Maybe we'll see each other again. Enjoy the rest of your trip." And they say, "You too. Take care. Safe travels." And you say, "Thank you. You too." These small meetings with kind strangers are some of the warmest memories of travel. A smile, a few kind words, a short, happy conversation, and the world feels like a friendly place. Let's listen once more, softly. Are you traveling too? Where are you from? What do you recommend? It was so nice to meet you. Safe travels. The warm, gentle words shared between new friends. Sometimes, when you travel, you get lost. And that is okay. It happens to everyone. Do not worry. With a few simple words, you can always find your way again. You are walking, and suddenly, you do not know where you are. The streets look strange. You are not sure which way to go. So you take a slow breath, you stay calm, and you ask for help. You find a kind person and you say, "Excuse me, I think I'm lost. Excuse me, I'm a little lost. Could you help me, please?" And they say, "Of course. Where are you trying to go?" You tell them where you want to go. You say, "I'm trying to get back to my hotel. I'm looking for the Grand Hotel. How do I get to the city center from here?" And they give you directions. They say, "Go straight, then turn left. It's about 10 minutes." And you say, "Thank you so much." And if you do not understand, you ask again, kindly. You say, "Sorry, could you show me on the map? Could you say that again, slowly?" And they help you, again, kindly. And you say, "Thank you. You've been very kind." You can also show them your hotel's address or use a map on your phone. You say, "This is my hotel. Which way is it?" And they point the way, and you thank them warmly. Being lost is not a problem. It is just a small moment. And often, when we get lost, we find beautiful things we did not expect. A pretty street, a little shop, a quiet garden. So even being lost can be a gift when we travel. And with these simple words, you are never truly lost. There is always a kind person ready to help you find your way. Let's listen once more, softly. "I think I'm lost. Could you help me? Please. How do I get to my hotel from here?" You've been very kind. The calm, gentle words for finding your way when you are lost. When you travel, you often want to use your phone to find your way, to take photos, to talk to your family back home. So you might need to get connected to the internet. Let's listen to the words, softly. Many places have free Wi-Fi. You can ask, "Excuse me, do you have Wi-Fi? Is there free Wi-Fi here? What's the Wi-Fi password?" And they tell you. And you say, "Thank you very much." You might want to buy a local SIM card for your phone so you can use the internet everywhere. You go to a phone shop and you say, "Hello, I'd like to buy a SIM card, please. Do you have SIM cards for tourists? I need internet for my phone." And they help you and they say, "Of course. How many days do you need it for?" And you say, "About 1 week, please." They ask about your phone. You say, "Here is my phone. Could you help me set it up?" And they put in the SIM card and they help you. And soon, your phone is connected. And you say, "Thank you so much. That's wonderful." Now you can find your way. You can send photos to your family. You can tell them, "I've arrived safely. I'm having a wonderful time. The city is beautiful." And they are happy, back home, to hear from you. Let's listen once more, softly. Do you have Wi-Fi? What's the Wi-Fi password? I'd like to buy a SIM card, please. Could you help me set it up? The simple, gentle words of staying connected on your journey. Today, you want a quiet, peaceful day. So you go to a park, or a garden, or the sea. Nature is a gift when you travel. A quiet park, a green garden, a calm beach, a place to rest and breathe and feel peaceful. Let's spend this quiet time together, softly. You find a beautiful park near the city. You walk in slowly, and it is green and calm and quiet. There are tall trees, there are soft flowers. There is a small lake with ducks swimming slowly, and the air is fresh and clean and sweet. You walk along the quiet path, slowly. You are in no hurry. You look at the trees and the flowers and the water. You listen to the birds singing softly in the trees. And you feel calm, so peaceful. You might meet someone on the path. You smile and you say, "Good afternoon. What a beautiful park. It's so peaceful here." And they smile back, and they agree. You find a quiet bench under a tree, and you sit down, slowly, to rest. You look at the calm water. You feel the soft breeze. You watch the birds and the ducks and the leaves moving gently in the wind. You take a slow, deep breath. The air smells of grass and flowers and water, and you feel grateful, grateful for this quiet day, grateful for this beautiful place, grateful for this peaceful journey. Here, in this quiet park, there is no hurry. There is nothing to do. There is only this quiet moment, this soft breeze, this green, peaceful place. And you rest here, calm and happy and free. You sit for a long time, resting in the peace of the park. And slowly, gently, the afternoon passes by, soft and warm and calm. Let's listen once more, softly. What a beautiful park. It's so peaceful here. Good afternoon. The quiet, gentle words of a peaceful day in nature. On another day, you visit the local market. A local market is a wonderful place, full of life and color and good things. There are fruits and vegetables. There are flowers. There are little foods to taste. And the people are friendly and warm. Let's listen to the words, softly. You walk through the market, slowly, looking at everything. You see the bright fruit and the fresh vegetables. You smell the good food cooking, and you enjoy the happy sounds of the market. You see some beautiful fruit. You say, "Excuse me, how much are these? Could I try one?" And the seller says, "Of course. Please, taste it." And you taste the fruit. It is sweet and fresh. And you say, "That's delicious. I'll take some. Please. Please." You buy some fresh fruit. You say, "Could I have 4 of these, please?" "How much is that?" "Here you are." "Thank you." And the seller wraps them kindly and gives them to you. And you say, "Thank you very much." You see some local food that you have never tried before. You are curious. So you ask, "Excuse me, what is this? How do you eat it? Is it sweet or spicy?" And the friendly seller tells you, and maybe gives you a taste. And you try new things, and you enjoy them. The market is full of life. People are talking and laughing and buying and selling. And you are part of it now. You are not just a visitor. You are here in the middle of the real life of this place. And it feels wonderful. Let's listen once more, softly. How much are these? Could I try one? What is this? I'll take some, please. the lively, gentle words of the local market. Soon, your trip is coming to an end, and you think, softly, about all the wonderful things you have seen and done. Sometimes, people ask you about your trip. A new friend or someone at the hotel might say, "How is your trip going? Are you enjoying your stay?" And you tell them, happily, about your journey. "Let's listen." Softly, you say, "I'm having a wonderful time. It's a beautiful place. I've seen so many amazing things. The people are so kind." They ask, "What have you seen?" And you say, "I visited the museum. It was beautiful. I went to the park. It was so peaceful. I tried the local food. It was delicious. I met some lovely people." They ask, "What was your favorite part?" And you think, and you say, "My favorite part was the park. I loved the market. The best part was meeting new people. I loved everything." You feel happy when you talk about your trip, because it was a good trip, a beautiful journey, full of new places and new tastes and new friends, and you will remember it, always. They say, "I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Come back again soon." And you say, "I will. I'd love to come back. Thank you." Talking about your trip is a happy thing. It helps you remember. It helps you feel grateful, and it lets you share your joy with others. Let's listen once more, softly. "I'm having a wonderful time. I've seen so many amazing things. My favorite part was the park. I'd love to come back." The warm, happy words of a traveler remembering their journey. Each morning, at the hotel, you have breakfast. And breakfast, in a hotel, is a lovely, gentle way to begin the day. Let's listen to the words, softly. You go down to the breakfast room. A worker greets you. They say, "Good morning. Breakfast?" And you say, "Good morning. Yes, please." They say, "What is your room number?" And you say, "Room 305. And they say, "Please, come in. Sit anywhere you like." And you say, "Thank you." You find a table by the window and you sit down. Soon, someone comes to help you. They say, "Would you like coffee or tea?" And you say, "Coffee, please. Tea, please. Just some water. Thank you." You look at the food. There is bread and fruit and eggs and many good things. If you want something, you can ask. You say, "Could I have some eggs, please?" "Eggs. Where is the fruit?" "Could I have some more bread, please?" And they help you, kindly. You eat your breakfast, slowly, by the window, looking at the morning light. It is a calm, gentle way to start the day, and you feel rested and ready for a new day of travel. When you are finished, you say, "Thank you. That was lovely." And they say, "You're welcome. Enjoy your day." And you say, "Thank you. You too." Let's listen once more, softly. "Yes, please. Room 305. Coffee, please. Could I have some eggs? Please." That was lovely. Thank you. The warm, gentle words of a hotel breakfast. One day, you want to go on a trip out of the city to see the countryside or the sea or a famous old town nearby. So you go to ask at the hotel front desk. Let's listen, softly. You go to the desk and you say, "Good morning. I'd like to take a day trip. Are there any good places to visit near the city? What do you recommend?" ID. And the kind person tells you about the beautiful places nearby. They say, "You could visit the old town. It's beautiful. There's a lovely beach about an hour away." And you ask, "How do I get there? Is there a tour? How much does it cost?" They say, "There is a tour. It leaves at 9 in the morning." And you say, "That sounds wonderful. Could I book it, please?" And they say, "Of course. I'll arrange it for you." And you say, "Thank you so much." You ask a few more questions. You say, "What time does it come back? Should I bring anything? Is lunch included?" And they answer kindly and help you get ready. And you say, "Thank you. That's very helpful." You feel excited and calm. Tomorrow, you will see a beautiful new place, and it is all arranged with just a few simple, gentle words. Let's listen once more, softly. "I'd like to take a day trip. What do you recommend? Is there a tour? Could I book it, please? Thank you so much." The gentle words of planning a lovely day. The next morning, you go on your day trip. You meet the tour at 9 o'clock. A friendly guide welcomes you. They say, "Good morning. Welcome to the tour." And you say, "Good morning. Thank you." They say, "Please, get on the bus. We'll leave soon." And you say, "Thank you. Thank you." You get on the bus and you find a seat by the window. And soon, the bus begins to drive out of the city into the beautiful countryside. And you look out of the window at the green hills and the wide fields and the soft blue sky. The guide tells you about the places you pass, and you listen and you learn. If you have a question, you can ask. You say, "Excuse me, what is that? How old is that building? Can you tell us about this place?" And the guide tells you, kindly. Soon, you arrive at the beautiful place, maybe an old town with narrow streets, maybe a quiet beach by the sea, and you have some free time to explore. The guide says, "We'll meet back here at 2 o'clock. And you say, "Thank you." You explore slowly and calmly. You see the beautiful sights. You take some photos. You have a quiet lunch in a small cafe, and you enjoy every peaceful moment. When it is time, you meet the group again, and the bus takes you, slowly, back to the city as the afternoon sun turns soft and golden. And you rest in your seat, tired and happy, after a beautiful day. Let's listen once more, softly. "Welcome to the tour. What is that? Can you tell us about this place? We'll meet back at 2 o'clock. The gentle words of a lovely day trip. On one of your days, you visit the sea, and a quiet day by the sea is one of the most peaceful gifts of any journey. Let's spend this calm time together, softly. You take a bus or a train to the coast. When you arrive, you can smell the sea in the air, fresh and salty and clean. And you walk, slowly, toward the water. If you are not sure of the way, you ask. You say, "Excuse me, how do I get to the beach? Which way is the sea?" And a kind person points and says, "Just down this road, you'll see it soon." And you say, "Thank you very much." And then you see it, the wide blue sea shining under the sun all the way to the sky, the soft waves moving slowly, in and out, in and out, and the golden sand warm beneath your feet. You find a quiet spot and you rest. You sit on the warm sand. You look at the water. You listen to the gentle sound of the waves, and you feel calm, so peaceful. Maybe you want to rest a chair or an umbrella. You can ask. You say, "How much is it to rent a chair? Could I rent an umbrella, please?" And they help you. And you say, "Thank you." Problem. Maybe you want a cold drink. You say, "Could I have some water, please? Is there somewhere to buy a drink?" And you find something cool and refreshing to enjoy by the sea. You spend the day slowly by the water. You walk along the sand. You feel the sun warm on your skin. You listen to the waves and the birds, and you feel free and calm and happy. As the afternoon grows soft and golden, you rest, and you watch the light shine on the water, and you feel so grateful for this quiet, beautiful day by the sea. Let's listen once more, softly. How do I get to the beach? Could I rent an umbrella, please? Could I have some water, please? Thank you very much. The calm, gentle words of a peaceful day by the sea. Now it is your last evening in the new city. Your journey is almost over. Tomorrow you will travel home. But tonight you have one more quiet, peaceful evening in this beautiful place, and you want to enjoy it, slowly and calmly. You go for one last, gentle walk through the city in the soft evening light. The streets are quiet and warm. The lights are soft and golden. And you walk slowly, looking at everything, remembering everything, feeling grateful for everything. You pass the cafe where you had your coffee. You pass the shop where you bought your gifts. You pass the park, quiet and green in the evening. And you smile, softly, remembering all the good moments of your trip. You stop at a restaurant for one last meal. The waiter says, "Good evening. Welcome." And you say, "Good evening. A table for one, please." And you sit down and you enjoy a lovely, quiet dinner on your last night. As you eat, you think about your journey. You remember the airport and the airplane. You remember the hotel and your quiet room. You remember the museum and the park and the market. You remember the kind people you met, and you feel so grateful for all of it. After your meal, you walk slowly back to your hotel. The night is soft and warm and quiet. The stars are out, high above the city, and you feel calm and peaceful and happy. You reach your hotel. You say to the person at the desk, "Good evening. It's my last night here. It's been a wonderful stay." And they say, "We're so glad. Have a safe journey home." And you say, "Thank you very much for everything." Add call. You go up to your room, slowly, your quiet, comfortable room, your home for these few days, and you get ready now to rest on your last peaceful night. Let's listen once more, softly. A table for one, please. It's been a wonderful stay. Have a safe journey home. Thank you for everything. The warm, gentle words of a last evening. You are in your hotel room now, on your last quiet night. The room is warm and soft and calm. The lights are low, and outside the window, the city is quiet, and the stars are shining softly in the dark sky. You get ready for bed, slowly and calmly. You take a warm shower. The warm water feels so good on your tired body. It washes away the day, and you feel clean and warm and relaxed. You put on your soft night clothes. They are warm and comfortable, and you feel ready, now, for a good deep sleep. You do the small, quiet things before bed. You brush your teeth. You wash your face. You pack a few things in your bag, gently, for tomorrow. And then everything is ready, and you can rest. You walk to the window for one last look at the city. The lights are soft and golden below you. The stars are shining high above, and the city is quiet and calm and beautiful in the night. Good night, city, you say softly. Thank you for a wonderful trip. Good night. And the city is quiet and peaceful and still. You turn down the soft blanket on your bed. You fluff the pillow gently, and everything is warm and soft and ready for sleep. You feel calm. You feel happy. You feel grateful. It has been a beautiful journey. And now, on this last quiet night, you can rest deeply and peacefully. You turn off the light, and the room becomes soft and dark and quiet. Only the soft light of the stars comes through the window, and you get into your warm, soft bed. Let's listen once more, softly. Good night, city. Thank you for a wonderful trip. Good night. The soft, gentle words of the last, peaceful night. You lie in your warm, soft bed, and as you rest, you think softly about your whole journey, and we will remember it together, slowly and gently, as you drift toward sleep. Remember the beginning. Remember packing your bag. I need to pack my bag. Where is my passport? Do I have everything? Remember the taxi to the airport. To the airport, please. How much is it? Thank you very much. A. Remember the check-in desk. I'd like to check in, please. Here is my passport. A window seat, please. What gate is it? Remember going through security, calm and easy. Here you are. Of course, no problem. Thank you. Remember finding your gate and waiting. Excuse me, where is gate 15? Is this the gate for the London flight? And remember boarding the plane and flying high in the sky. Where is my seat, please? Could I have some water, please? The chicken, please. A. Remember arriving in the new place. Here is my passport. I'm here on holiday. I'll stay for 1 week. Remember collecting your bag. Which belt is for my flight? Nothing to declare. Thank you. Remember the taxi to the hotel. To the Grand Hotel, please. Remember checking in. I have a reservation. What time is breakfast? Is there Wi-Fi? Here is your key. Remember your quiet, comfortable room. Remember exploring the city. Excuse me. How do I get to the museum? Go straight. Turn left. Thank you so much. Remember the bus and the train. 1 ticket, please. Could you tell me when to get off? Remember the cafe and the warm coffee. Could I have a coffee, please? Remember the restaurant and the lovely meal. A table for 1, please. What do you recommend? It's delicious. Thank you. Could we have the bill, please? Remember shopping for gifts. How much is this? I'll take it. Remember the beautiful places. 1 ticket, please. Can I take photos? Remember the kind people you met. Where are you from? It was so nice to meet you. Safe travels. And remember the quiet park. It's so peaceful here. Remember the busy market. How much are these? A. I'll take some, please. So many beautiful moments. So many gentle words. So many kind people along the way. It was a wonderful journey, and you did it. You spoke the words. You found your way. You were brave and calm and kind. And now you can rest softly and remember it all with a happy, grateful heart. Now, as you lie in your warm bed, let your body become soft and heavy and calm. There is nothing more to do tonight, nothing to plan, nothing to worry about. Your bag is packed. Your journey was beautiful, and now it is time only to rest. Feel the soft blanket warm around you. Feel the gentle pillow under your head. Feel your body sinking slowly into the soft, warm bed. Your arms are heavy. Your legs are heavy. Your whole body is soft and warm and calm. Take a slow breath. In and out. In and out. And with every slow breath, you sink a little deeper into rest. With every slow breath, you feel a little more calm. With every slow breath, the day drifts a little further away. Think of the gentle things, the soft evening light, the quiet streets, the warm cafe, the peaceful park, the kind faces of the people you met. Let these soft, happy memories fill your mind, gently, like warm and gentle waves. And think of how far you have come. You traveled to a new place. You spoke a new language. You found your way through the airport and the city and the hotel. You were brave. You were kind. And you did so well. Every day you are learning. Every night, like tonight, the English words settle a little deeper into your mind. And little by little, without any effort, you are becoming a traveler who can go anywhere and speak with anyone without any fear. But that is for another day. Tonight, there is only rest, only peace, only the soft, warm bed and the quiet night and your calm, slow breathing. Let the whole world become quiet now. Let your thoughts become soft and slow. Let everything drift away gently, like a boat floating softly on a calm and quiet sea. You are safe. You are warm. You are calm. And there is nothing left to do but rest. The night is quiet now. The city is sleeping. The stars are shining softly high above. And you, too, are drifting, slowly, gently, towards sleep. Your breathing is slow now. Your breathing is soft. In and out. In and out. Slower and softer and deeper. Your body is heavy and warm and calm. Your mind is quiet and soft and still. And the soft, warm bed holds you gently like a pair of kind and loving arms. There is nothing to think about now, nothing to remember, nothing to worry about. The words will stay with you. The journey will stay with you. You do not need to hold on to anything. You can let it all go, softly and simply rest. Let go of the day. Let go of every thought. Let your mind become as quiet and calm as a still, dark lake under the soft and shining stars. Feel how heavy your body is. Feel how warm and soft and safe you are. Feel yourself sinking, slowly, gently, deeper and deeper, into rest, into peace, into sleep. If any thought comes, let it float away softly like a small cloud in the wide and quiet sky. You do not need to follow it. You only need to rest, to breathe, to drift gently toward sleep. The night is soft. The night is calm. The night is quiet and peaceful and still. And you are held safely, warmly, in the gentle arms of the quiet night. Sleep now, rest now. You have done so well. You are safe, you are warm, you are calm, and tomorrow is far away. Breathe, softly, in and out, slower, and softer, and deeper. And let yourself drift, gently, gently, down into a warm and deep and peaceful sleep. Good night, sleep well, rest deeply, and dream of gentle journeys and kind faces and beautiful, faraway places. You are safe, you are calm, you are at peace. Good night, sleep well, and dream gently until the soft light of morning comes again. Rest now and sleep. Let the sound of my voice grow soft and far away like the gentle sea on a warm and distant shore. Let it carry you softly into your dreams. You are warm, you are safe, you are calm, and every gentle word you heard tonight is resting, now, somewhere deep inside you, quiet and safe, waiting for the day you will need it. There is nothing more to do, nowhere to go, no one to be, only this soft bed, only this quiet night, only your slow, gentle breathing carrying you down, deeper and deeper, into a warm and peaceful sleep. Breathe in, softly, and breathe out, slowly, and let go, completely. Sleep now, dear traveler, rest now, and let the quiet night hold you, gently, until the soft and golden morning comes again. Good night, sleep well, and dream of gentle, faraway places. The journey is over now, and a soft, sweet rest begins. Sleep deeply and peacefully, all through the quiet and gentle night.